Come on. Come on. Oh my god, alright, we're good.
Oh, looks like you're awake.
Just as a precaution, I'm going to save again. Alright. So I think the issue was with my Vita TV. Because I popped this into my Vita after I struggled to find the power cord for that, because it's kind of been a while since I've used it. But I popped it in my Vita and it loaded just fine, so I think the Vita TV was to blame. Oh, please, nothing like that ever again.
Why are we here?
Do you know what happened at the AB gate?
Kay and I went back to the infirmary, but...
We waited and waited, and the two of you never returned.
So we went to the warehouse to check on you.
We found you passed out in front of the AB rooms.
Kay and I hurried back here with you.
You can always just blame Dio. That's what I like to do.
You mean what happened a long time ago? Yeah, I remember all right.
Yeah, I do too. It was pretty awesome.
Hey, what are you guys talking about?
I hope that ends up as the thumbnail for the video.
What am I? Chopped liver?
Back among the conscious and not psychotic, huh?
Yeah, thanks. Grandpa told me what you did. Thanks for finding the medicine for us.
Really grabbing at straws here, aren't you? Not really my point.
Whatever. Forget about that. Now that you guys are awake, all we gotta do is open the number 9 door.
What are you talking about?
Look at your bracelet.
Oh, hell yeah.
I've got 15 BP? That means I got 6 more points while I was out.
You've been asleep for more than 2 hours. We've played
Damn.
the AB game 3 times.
Yes. Of course, the color and group assignments were shuffled around each time. But no matter who voted, everyone chose Ally.
Yep, get to see this explanation again.
And now all of us have enough to leave.
Very nice. Or is it because Dio's chained up? Yeah, no, I think that was a big one right there.
Haven't I told you? Death was unavoidable. Sacrifices had to be made for the sake of the project.
Come on,
And we
let's
still gotta
go.
find her. Probably on the other side of the door in this
Open the
timeline.
door and get out of here.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get going.
Eat shit, Dio. I mean, you're probably gonna kill yourself before they come get you, but, you know, still. Eat shit.
Yes, just get on with it.
Everybody's getting sick of Sigma doing that.
The number 9 door has been opened.
Finally.
It will remain open for 9 seconds.
I'm still half expecting Dio to ruin this somehow.
Two, 1, 0. The number 9 door is closing.
God, finally did it. Everybody on the other side of the door. Nobody's dead. Okay, and by everybody I mean everybody but Dio, because screw Dio. Our goal since part 1 of this game is now complete.
Has closed. This ends the nonary game. Thank you for your participation. As the game is over, all doors other than the
Admittedly, since we've already seen everything beyond this, the like excitement and mystery's kind of worn away, but I'm still really happy. And that's what matters at the end of the day, right?
Looks like we did it.
Yes. We should keep moving.
Good old PC.
You know what this place is?
Whoa! Hold on a minute! You're saying the air outside is full of that horrible virus?
Yeah. Sorry, Clover. I know you weren't jumping timeline with us. You need to catch up, but...
Why? How did all this happen?
Did they...
No, that's not possible.
We've come this far. We can't turn back now. Let's go outside. There's no way to know what's really going on until we do.
Also, Kate, do we have a suit big enough for you?
All right.
Gosh, I hope so. Alright, well, step at a time. You can't decompress all at once. And welcome to the fucking desert.
Where the hell are we?
The desert, I guess?
I figured that out. I mean, which one?
Yeah, there's like at least 5 deserts in the world, Clover. So we have to figure out where we are.
But I think I know what day it is. Look at the moon. It's red, right? That means today's the total lunar eclipse.
So?
Remember the astronomy magazine in the lounge? Well, the next eclipse like this was going to be on December 31st, 2028. So,
Wait a minute. Let me get this straight. Are you suggesting we were sleeping for a week after we were abducted?
Not a week, Alice. I think you need to update that number a little.
I think so.
The moon. Well, the moon's shadow, actually. Zero told me to stay quiet. I think he was worried I'd spill the beans on his operation. He said if I didn't toe
boy.
the line, he wouldn't just kill me. He'd kill Quark, too. And I agreed, like an idiot. I brought Quark with me. Just so I could see her. Such an idiot. So, that being the case, might as well start with this. I meant what I said before. That up there is the moon's shadow. Think about it. If that's the moon's shadow, then what's it falling on?
Oh boy. You know what this means, kiddos? That facility wasn't pressurized to keep the virus out. It was pressurized because there ain't no pressure on the moon.
That's Earth.
Yeah. It's not the red moon you get from a lunar eclipse. And again, this isn't a lunar eclipse. It's a solar eclipse. Anybody in the black spot down there is looking up at the moon, covering the sun.
The moon, of course. This is the lunar surface.
How would we not notice the lower gravity when we were up here with Phi and Dio
We were
before?
just inside a moon base. No way.
That does actually kind of make sense with how the base was laid out and like everything it had in it. That does actually kind of make sense. I'm on board with that.
No, you've got to be lying. How do you expect us to believe that? This can't be the moon.
Well, if you're feeling brave, take off your helmet and die.
That's pretty ridiculous. Besides, if this was the moon, how do you explain the gravity? The moon only has 1/6 of the Earth's gravity.
Thank you.
So what's this?
we were just perceiving that gravity is normal because we're like our perception slowed down.
What symptoms?
Well, Radical 6 can slow down your brain's processing speed by the root of 1/6. It can take a while for your brain to get back up to speed. Every one of us has been infected. In other words, all of our brains have been processing information at a much lower speed. If you evaluated the root of 1/6, you'll get a number close to 0.408. That means our brains are running at something slightly less than half speed. As you said before, the moon's gravity is about 1/6 that of Earth's. The time that it takes for an object to fall is inversely proportional to the square root of the gravitational acceleration.
Get your science textbooks out, kids. Be sure to take notes. This is on the test later.
Since the gravity is lower on the moon, that means the time increases. I guess that's a little technical. Let me give you an example. Say you drop an apple from a height of 4.9 meters. It will take approximately 1 second to hit the ground. On the moon, however, that time would be 1 second times root 6, which would be approximately 2.45 seconds. I used 4.9 meters because it matches up with the acceleration of gravity nicely, but it could be anything. The gravity constant is, well, a constant. You could drop something from 10 centimeters or 10 meters and it would be the same. Does that make sense? So now we've established that on the moon, things fall root 6 times slower than they do on Earth. That being the case, what would happen if someone's brain slowed down by root 1/6? To them, 2.45 seconds would feel like 1 second. 4.9 seconds would feel like 2. But it's not hypothetical. That's what's been happening to every one of us.
Wait, you're saying that's the reason we didn't notice the weaker gravity?
Are you sure you didn't notice anything? Think back. Huh? You and Sigmund Phi said something about it in the lounge. About how you felt weird.
It's kind of like my body isn't really mine. I'm sort of floating. Like that.
Oh my god, I had forgotten about that. I thought that was just being in cold sleep doing that. Oh. Could this also explain why Phi could jump like a fucking gymnast? Oh, okay, yeah, I guess it does. Do we see her dropkicking Dio? Yes! Excellent.
Wait, this is crazy. That can't possibly be Earth out there. Look at it. I've seen photos of Earth and it's blue and green and beautiful.
Yeah, but then the apocalypse happened.
It's just red.
Before we get into that, I should probably tell you something. This isn't New Year's Eve in 2028. Today is January 27th. No.
Don't tell me. 30?
Still no.
Oh, it's much more than that.
And just what year is this?
It's 74. 2074.
Dude, that's 46 years. Holy shit.
I don't blame you if you don't believe me, but it's the truth.
How can you be sure?
It's not that hard. Quark and I left Earth on January 23rd, 2074. Solar eclipses are easy to predict. We've known that there'd be one on the 27th for a long time. That's just science. Nobody can change that.
But why is the Earth red?
That's a long story. About 45 years ago, on April 13th, 2029, there were 18 annihilation reactors operating in various parts of the world. On the 13th, all 18 of them went up, all at the same time. The explosion was about 180,000 times as powerful as the atom bomb they dropped on Hiroshima get sense of the thing. And the point is, Radical 6 claimed its first victims there, then escaped. It didn't take long for it to spread to the rest of the world. Like Luna explained, the virus slows your brain down, but eventually, it also makes you kill yourself. Pretty soon, the bodies started to pile up. Some people would take a dive off a building or shoot themselves in the head. You know, the classics. But for some, it was poison, or fire, or asphyxiation, or the noose. Plenty of people jumped in front of trains or cars. One pilot on a passenger airline drove his plane into the ground. Most forms of transportation ground to a halt pretty fast. That meant food couldn't get distributed, and thousands of people who weren't even infected died from starvation. Everywhere
God damn.
there were just piles of corpses, covered in flies and rats and crows. I don't know what hell's like, but I imagine it's a lot like that. After a while, people who managed to avoid getting infected started trying to get in touch with one another. They got a hold of some radios and organized a couple meetings. There was only one thing to discuss, of course. How could they get rid of Radical 6? The answer, they decided, was purification. They figured they could just roast the surface of the Earth, and that'd kill the virus off for good.
Oh my god.
On April 13th, 2029, they put their plan into effect.
They set off 18 antimatter reactors to try and bake the Earth.
The plan was to
Oh my
detonate
god.
18 annihilation reactors. Now the truth is, that's mostly just rumor. Nobody really knows what happened, but I've got my own theories. I think that the bombers had already been infected, and when they died, they took billions with them. The ultimate if I die, you're coming with me gesture, I suppose. I bet you money they'd all lost it long before they got to the reactors. Killing most of the world, no matter how bad things had gotten, was not a sane plan, even if it wasn't directly responsible. Radical 6 killed most of the people on Earth. Anyway, why it happened isn't that important. Point is, it happened. You ever heard of nuclear winter? Well, that's basically what we got. The explosion threw a ton of crap up into the stratosphere, where it joined up with smoke and ash from all the fires. It blotted out the sun for 7 years. Plants withered and animals died by the millions.
Just so you guys know, at this point, like, I just got my head in my hands. Like, I don't know how to react to this. This is a lot of shit happened between the two games. Oh my
A
god.
few humans who were left banded together to survive. They were rough times. Eventually they were over, though. The sky cleared and the sun came back. Plants started blooming again, and the animals that hadn't died out completely began to reappear. Things weren't quite back to normal, though. It's been 45 years now, but there's still quite a bit of dust and ash in the air. That's what you're seeing. You know why a sunset's red? Well, this is the same thing. Blue and green light have short wavelengths, and they scatter when they run into debris in the air. Red light, on the other hand, has a longer wavelength, which means it'll get a lot farther when the air's dirty. So there you are. The Earth looks red because that's the only color of light that can make it through the atmosphere.
Alright. I'm with you, Sigma. I don't know.
Hey, Sigma, I think I figured something out.
Oh, did you? Alright.
I figured out why there's an extra E. Yeah, the one on floor B.
Oh, we never went back for the friggin' tombstone. I just realized.
I think it's an anagram, just like on floor A.
Yeah, no shit.
God damn it, Sigma.
That's
Knock it off.
Memento mori if the ninth lion ate the sun. If you rearrange the letters, you get... The man on the moon rules the infinite time.
Yeah, never would have figured that out.
See?
No, I believe you. You don't have to draw it out.
You need 6 E's to get that, so they stuck an extra one in ninth. I think it's a message for us from Zero Senior and Akane. Remember what she was telling us?
We created the AB project for one purpose: to transport the consciousnesses of 2 people into the past. Those 2 people are you, Sigma, and you, Vi.
My God, you're slow. You don't get it? They're saying we rule the infinite time. Infinite time. They weren't just talking about having us jump a couple hours. I think they're planning to send us back. Way back.
We're gonna prevent Radical 6 from breaking out.
Yeah, I'd bet on it. I think so.
Well, because you didn't know about it back then, so how could you stop it?
Well, Akane should be able to tell us the rest. Let's go pay her a visit. I've got an idea. Come on, think. Remember what she said when she gave you the key?
Tu fui ego Eris.
Well, come on, what are you waiting for? Let's go.
Can we just go back in? Oh my god, he does have a suit.
What are you doing? Did you forget something? Oh. You mean Akane? I'll take that as a yes. Let me accompany you then.
Wait, why do you know about Akane?
I'll tell you when we get there. Now, if you please. I'm coming with you. You folks just said the magic word.
I'm going to then. So am I.
I'd like to think that this is Quark in that tall suit, so he's got like stilts on or something.
Hey, is this Akane you're talking about?
Yeah, you know her real well.
Wait, you're not,
Oh, he didn't tell you in this timeline?
you're serious? What the hell is going on?
There better be some goddamn satisfying answers in here. Reminds me, my paranoia is going to make me want to save again. 'Cause I do not want to have to jump through hoops again to get this. We can just open the door from the outside? Really? But doesn't that kind of defeat the... I don't know, maybe Kay did something. I'm gonna blame him.
Ah, clever.
Just in case.
The number 9 door on floor A is shut forever once the game ends. Assuming Zero Jr. was telling the truth, of course. But the door on floor B...
Yeah. Thought we might be able to take the lift to it. And it looks like I was right.
Oh, that one can open from the other side. Oh, you clever bastard.
Akane might be. You mean the grave in the garden?
Look, I know that doesn't make sense to you. Just roll with it, alright? Alright. What is gonna happen?
Is Akane really under here? What should we do? Are we gonna dig her out?
What is this? It doesn't look like a coffin.
Yeah. It's a treatment pod.
I wouldn't have called that. I honestly thought like the little tile pool would open, revealing a staircase or something, but no, this works.
my
Okay.
God.
It is, isn't it?
Let's see what's inside. No good. I think it's locked.
Treatment pod TP00. Stage 1 defrosting complete. Stage 2 will be complete in 10 minutes. Once stage 2 is complete, the lock will automatically disengage.
What?
Loki? No.
So, Ms. Akane's like an ice cube? Then we gotta wait till she melts?
So how about you tell us your story while we wait, Kay? Specifically, why do you know Akane?
I remembered.
What do you remember?
Everything. I was born and raised in this facility. It's called Rhizome 9.
Oh, yeah. Not the catchiest name in the world, but it
Rhizome
works.
is an underground plant stem that spreads by sending out roots. Kind of makes sense, doesn't it? This facility is a little like a rhizome. Supposedly, that's why they call these installations that. The number comes from the facility's number. There are 54 rhizomes on the moon.
The number comes from the
This is
number.
the
Okay.
ninth one.
Yeah, makes sense.
Well, I suppose the other ones don't really matter to you, do they? In any event, I grew up here with Akane and Zero Senior. I watched them create the AB project.
The AB project?
Yes. Its purpose is to send Phi and Sigma, or their consciousnesses at least, to the past.
Oh boy, everyone's gonna get real lost real fast here.
Yes.
So, you want us to change history, huh? Go back and keep Radical 6 from getting out, and stop the reactors from exploding. That's our mission?
Well, not exactly. It's true that the ultimate goal of the project is to keep Radical 6 from spreading to the general population. But even if you do make it back, you won't be able to do much. By now, it's already too late.
Too late?
Let me begin at the beginning.
Okay.
You might be thinking that Zero Senior and Akane were the ones who created all this, but that's not entirely correct. They only followed the histories they'd already seen. It was the only choice they had. Nothing less than the future of mankind is at stake. We need the two of you to jump through timelines while maintaining your memories. That is why you had to play the AB game, and why the chromatic doors were necessary. By forcing multiple options, you could make numerous jumps. We speculated that jumping more would strengthen your memories.
And it
Puzzles
kind
were
of
also there
works.
for a purpose. Some theories hold that a moment of insight when you solve a puzzle strengthens your connection to the fourth dimension. That was the reason for the puzzles. Your infection with Radical 6 was also a vital part
I can
of
buy
our
that
plan.
explanation.
By slowing down your brain's processing speed, we can store your potential. With that energy stored up, we just had to provide a life or death situation to launch your consciousness into the fourth dimension. Like a bullet from a slingshot.
Yeah, we've heard this explanation. We know. The puzzle stuff is
Wait.
new, though.
Hold on just a minute here. You keep talking about Sigma and Phi, but what about the rest of us? Why did you bring us here?
That's
Because
simple.
we need more people to play.
In earlier histories, you were all here in Rhizome 9. We needed you here to accurately replicate those histories. Although I suppose that's probably not a good enough explanation for you. In a sense, though, it is the truth. Our primary goal was to replicate history. The rest is... Yes, I suppose I should explain. Very well. I will try and do so in a way you can understand. First, Alice and Clover. They were abducted 45 years and 1 month ago, on December 22nd, 2028. The location is Earth, of course. More specifically, Los Angeles, California. Correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
After being kidnapped, your bodies were sent to a facility under Akane's direction. You were placed in treatment pods and immediately put into cold sleep. 4 months later, you arrived at this facility. The date you finally arrived was April 14th, 2029. Your trip from Earth to this facility was aboard a spaceship powered by an annihilation engine.
And then they just stay here for 40 years? Oh my
Following your
god.
arrival, your pods were placed in long-term storage. Does that make sense?
Are you telling me we were sleeping in those pods here for 45 years?
Yeah, but, I mean, you don't look a day over 26.
Yes. In preparation for this day.
But why? What do you need us for?
You are an Esper, aren't you, Clover? I mean that you are able to access the fourth dimension. Am I wrong?
Did Akane tell you?
In a manner of speaking. As I've already explained, the purpose of this project is to send Sigma and Phi's consciousnesses to the past. Espers are able to sort of resonate with one another, which can amplify their power. You understand? This is why we brought you here, Clover.
What about me?
You were
We
nearby.
needed your help, Alice, to deactivate Dio's bombs.
Huh?
But I didn't do anything.
But you did. In another history, you were able to perform a prime decomposition on the 25-digit integer that Dio left behind. Only you could do that sort of thing. Because of your feat of mathematics, we were able to determine that Dio had planted the bombs. Then we were able to question him and get the password for the number 31. Finally, we used that information to stop the bomb in this timeline.
Subtitles, he didn't say detonation, he said bomb.
Without your help, Alice, we would have been reduced to nothing more than so much space dust. This history exists because of your presence.
Yeah, I know, it's a lot to take in.
Now, let me explain why we needed Tenmyoji and Quark. Tenmyoji is simple. We needed you for the same reason we needed Clover. You are able to access the fourth dimension. Almost half a century ago, you used that ability to save a young girl, didn't you?
Yeah, but did.
We needed you to resonate with Sigma and Phi, so we brought you here. All it took was a messenger.
Do you want to see Akane? If you do, come with me. I was a fool and fell for it.
And you brought Quark with you.
Well, I wouldn't say you fell for it. I mean, it's true. You're gonna see Akane.
In fact, you insisted that he come.
Yeah, I know. I guess you were worried about leaving me alone, huh? He kept saying he couldn't run off to the moon and leave me behind.
I'm sorry, Quark.
Is the moon just a casual trip you can do, 50 years in the future?
If I hadn't been so stupid and selfish, none of this would have happened to you. I never thought this would happen.
Can't you just be like, man, you know what? I got a lot of vacation time stored up. I'm gonna take a week off and go to the moon, chill out in one of the rhizomes.
Can you ever forgive me?
Oh, don't worry about it. I mean, I agreed to come with you. I thought the moon would be way more interesting than boring old Earth. What kid would turn that down?
We didn't see the messenger after we got on the ship. It was on autopilot. As soon as we got in, it headed straight for the moon. During the trip, Zero told me to keep quiet once we got there. I don't remember anything after we landed.
Then there was a bunch of that white smoke, and we passed out. And when I woke up, I was in the AB room.
Now, Dio.
Fuck him. Moving
His
on.
real name is Left, and he's the leader of a terrorist organization called the Myrmidons. He was ordered to come here. The Myrmidons are under the control of an organization called Free the Soul, which is in turn controlled by a man known as Brother. It was Brother who orchestrated the release of Radical 6 into the general population 45 years ago. Do you remember what Phi mentioned earlier? The ultimate purpose of the AB project is to change history and keep Radical 6 from being released. If we succeed,
Okay.
that would be bad for Brother and his organization. Our success would prevent them from creating the ideal world they're working toward. That is why Brother sent Left, his trusted lieutenant, to this facility. They needed to stop the AB project. So, Dio was given two tasks. The first was to eliminate Akane, the architect of the AB project. The second was to join the AB game and win it. If Dio won the game, the AB project would not be completed. At least, not in that timeline.
Yeah, there's the problem. We're hopscotching timelines like it's nobody's business, so...
In other words, in that
So his
world,
presence kind
the
of didn't
project would have
matter.
been stopped.
Other than sending the bombs, being a dick, killing people. Okay, so he did have a purpose, but...
If things didn't go as planned, Dio was given a contingency plan. If you cannot murder Akane and win the game, destroy Rhizome 9. Hence, the bombs.
Can I ask you something?
Perhaps.
How did Brother know about the AB project?
He was also an Esper. We can set Brother aside for now, though. May I proceed?
Again, I got my suspicions about Brother. But we'll... Like he said, we'll set that aside.
Excellent. That explains everyone, save two, Luna and myself. Sigma and Phi already know the truth about Luna. I don't believe I should reveal any more, however. I think it would be more appropriate if you could ask Luna yourselves at a later time. Would that be all right with you? Luna?
Yes.
Just skipping the explanation for now.
As for me, as I said before, I was born and raised here. The rest of you were brought to this facility, but I've never left. That makes me someone close to Zero Senior and Akane.
Hey, I've been wondering, who is Zero Senior?
You've already met him, Sigma. In another timeline.
I did. Space pirate captain dude.
Stage 2 is complete. TP-00 unlocking.
It looks like it's finished.
Alright, have a
Shall
good
we
nap,
open the
Akane.
pod?
Okay. Let's get started then. Ready? All right. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Nothing for Kay and Luna because they already know what's gonna happen. Wait, no, well, I I'm just gonna keep pressing X, and this will all make sense very shortly.
You finally noticed.
When the hell did that switch
Didn't I
happen?
tell you, you won't be alone. I will be at your side, watching over you. Yes, I am.
When did you...
Akane Kurashiki.
It's you. June. I mean, Akane. From... But you're old.
Yes, that's correct.
No, it'd be more accurate to say you're still young.
I haven't spoken to you in a very long time, Clover. Or you, Junpei.
Junpei?
Akane. Long time no see.
Yeah. Okay, so... Okay, so... Judging by this, that has to mean... In timelines where Akane was not stabbed by Dio, she was in Kay's armor the whole time. So... But then... Right, but... And... When did they switch in other timelines and this one? And... Oh my god.
When? How long?
Do you remember when the two of you saved me in the warehouse?
Foot dive!
Once you saved me, you went back to your future. Well, your minds did at least. I carried your bodies to the third AB room, and then took Dio's to the fifth. After that, I went into the first room and borrowed Kay's armor.
So by the time you and Clover came out, you'd already...
Yes. No, it was me. In this timeline, at least. In this one, I wasn't murdered by Dio. You two saved me. It's just like Schrodinger's cat. Your actions in the future
Schrodinger?
decided who would be inside the armor in the past.
Schrodinger. Not Schrodinger, Schrodinger. Okay. I learned how to pronounce that.
Alright, what about the other history? The one where you weren't saved? What happens then? Who's wearing the armor?
That's quite simple. The man in front of you.
Him?
That's correct. Whenever I'm not in the armor, he is.
But how do you switch? That's what I want to know.
What about the memory loss?
For my part, I confess that I lied. He, on the other hand, was telling the truth. Large doses of soporil can cause memory loss. I gave him a rather large dose.
So, who is he?
You've never seen him before?
No.
What about the rest of you?
I have no idea who he is.
I've never seen him before.
Sigma's never looked at his face this entire game, like in a mirror or anything. He thought he looked like that. For some reason.
Me either.
Total stranger.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Are you all right, Mr. Sigma? Did you hit your head or something?
Sigma, your consciousness can jump through time. You can inhabit your body in the past or in the future. Don't you get it? You've jumped to the future. From 45 years ago.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes total sense. Because you know why? Because I was running it in my head and the numbers weren't adding up. Because Sigma and Phi had to have come from the... Like, Sigma, Phi, Clover, and Alice had to have come from the past, right? Like, no choice. But there were only 3 pods that could freeze people. Well, here's the 4th that was keeping Sigma the entire time. We've been in the body of old Sigma. Oh my god. Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh my god. Alright. Congratulations, Virtue's Last Reward. I didn't see this coming at all. I didn't have the slightest inkling that this was it. Oh my god. That's... Oh. Oh my god, it's fucking brilliant.
It's your face, Dr. Sigma Climb. Although, to the you that's behind it now, it's your face 45 years from now.
Climb. Kalim. Oh my god. Yeah. I was on the right track, but I didn't think this was it.
0. The mastermind of the AB project is you. No, it's the truth. Fighting it isn't going to do you any good. Please, Doctor. You will be a pioneer in the field of genetic engineering. No, I'm not. You created him. Well, I suppose I should say you are going to create him.
So I can get nobody recognize the face, but did no one double take at the clothes, I guess? Because I'm wearing the same thing, aren't I?
His name is Kyle Climb, your clone. That is why he looks just like a younger version of yourself. 23 years ago, in the biolab here in Rhizome 9, you created Kyle. Well, I suppose for you, that's still in the future. When I said I was born and raised here, I was still pretending to be him. The gravity here is only 1/6 of Earth's. If nothing was done, the reduced gravity would cause his bones to be weaker than normal human ones. But you prepared for that. You gave him that armor. Ever since he was born, he's lived inside of it.
God, I'm still reeling from this. This is goddamn insane. And it's brilliant.
He kept his muscles and bones strong. He wasn't forced into it for the nonary game. He's been wearing it every day, all his life. He was to be your spare. If something happened to you before the project began, he would take your place.
But how did... Okay, alright, okay. It's insane, and I'll go with it so far. What I want to know is, how did we get 45 years ago Sigma into current, future old Sigma? How did we pull that off?
I mentioned before that the AB projects A and B stood for after and before. That isn't all they mean, though. The A also means anima, and the B means body. Anima is another word for the soul, or the consciousness. Body is, well, exactly what it says on the tin. The past consciousness will go into the future body, and the future consciousness will go into the past body. They switch. That was the chief goal of the project. Sigma, do you remember the note you found in the garden?
You mean this, right?
Yes. Ah, of course, it was you who investigated the garden in this timeline.
Yeah.
Sigma, take a good look at this. It's an illustration of the time jumps your consciousness is making.
Really? But... okay, if you say so. Oh, Nevada test site is where Radical 6 happened. That's our goal. So we've got future Sigma 45 years ago in the past with the knowledge of Radical 6 and all that shit, trying to fix it, I guess? Is that the idea?
A is where everything began. December 25th, 2028. You inhaled the white smoke in your car and lost consciousness. From there, you jumped to B. January 25th, 2074. You woke up in one of the AB rooms in Rhizome 9. You are in your own body, but it is 67 years old.
I'm surprised I never noticed
Your
that somehow.
consciousness has jumped 45 years into the future. I believe that may explain why you didn't notice the reduced lunar gravity. The body you woke up in was much older. Normally, you would have noticed that your muscles were much weaker. In this case, however, the lower gravity balanced that out.
All right.
Moving on. If you continue along this line, what happens next? You reach C, which is January 27th, 2074. That is today.
Whoa. Wait, what do you mean? Are you saying it's been 2 days since we woke up?
36 hours to be exact. Have you already forgotten?
Yeah, we're on the
You
moon.
are
It's a little
all
different.
infected with Radical 6.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. I was thinking we were going by moon days, but no, that makes sense.
Virus slowed your brain down.
Does that mean the timers on our watches were slowed down too?
So yes, 36 hours of real time have passed. But to you, it only seemed like 14 hours and 40 minutes. Now comes the important part. After this, your consciousness will return to the past. It will re-emerge at point D.
Okay.
April 13th, 2029. You will return to your younger body.
But that's the same day as the reactor explosions.
Yes. That is why I said it will be too late. You will return to the past, but the events you would want to prevent will have already happened. The story does not end there, however. The line continues. After reaching point D, you will eventually return to B. But this time, you won't be jumping through time, or at least not at a rate faster than normal. Your consciousness will spend 45 years inhabiting the same body. Until you reach point B.
Oh my god.
Do you remember when B is Sigma? Correct. That was when the consciousness of the 22-year-old Sigma jumped into the body of 67-year-old Sigma. So where did the older version of you go when you took his body? Yes. His consciousness will go back in time 45 years. For a period of time, he will inhabit your younger body, while your younger consciousness is elsewhere.
This is really confusing to keep track of. Holy crap.
That's correct. When that happens, the older version of you will be ejected from your younger body and return to your body at sea. Rotating. I suppose you could put it that way. But look at this illustration closely. What if you take all these lines and untangle them? You get one single line. It may look complicated, but in truth, it's a single straight path. With one exception. Exactly.
Alright, well, what's...
Point E is December 31st, 2028, the day of the total eclipse.
Hence why the red is there, okay.
Yes. By now, you've likely figured it out on your own. The purpose of the AB project was to get the consciousness of the 67-year-old Sigma from point B to point A.
And it had to go in a very roundabout way to do it,
If
but
we can do that, we can change what happened 45 years ago. Yes, that is why this line could not be interrupted. In order for the 67-year-old version of you to reach point B, we first have to go through point D. In order to get to point D, we must jump from point C. And for point C to happen, we had to recreate everything that happened in this facility. That is why we have faithfully retraced history up to this point, so that we might save humankind from destruction and undo the horrors of the last 45 years.
so how's everybody in the back keeping up? Clover, you following? Quark, do you need us to draw another diagram?
What is that? Yes, that's right. Very soon. Yes. We need potential energy stored to send your consciousness into the fourth dimension. Fortunately, we now have plenty of that. Thanks, ironically, to Radical 6. All that remains is to launch your consciousness, like a bullet from a slingshot. Didn't I tell you? A crisis. A moment balanced between life and death. That can jumpstart your brain.
I don't like where this is going.
You haven't figured it out. I mean this.
Even Luna's like, oh Jesus, what the hell? Oh, is that narration Future Sigma coming back? Wait. Is that the whole ending? But yeah, back the fuck up. We never heard 22-year-old Akane. There's gotta be more. There's gotta be more. We have to have, like, somehow unlocked, like, going back into the past somehow, right? But I mean, we're getting a special credit sequence for this. That can't. No, that can't be it. Please tell me it's not. I mean, that. Because that is a fucking cliffhanger and a half there. Like, holy shit. Can't be. Thank you. Knew you were holding out on me. Alright. So we've got all the characters' endings. And that just leaves one final jump to the true ending. We're almost done.